Since time immemorial, tales have been woven around the world about devilish deal where a person sells his soul in exchange for the fulfillment of his worldly desires. This myth, which is rooted in the depths of the collective consciousness, reveals a dark side of the human soul and an eternal desire for power and influence. Welcome. Today we will talk about a movie called Sinpank Langsa. But before we start, I hope you support the channel by subscribing and activating the bell button. If you like the movie, do not forget to like it. The movie begins with a girl named Nuank Willie who's playing a musical instrument and singing a song called Langsia Winky. Suddenly, everything in the house shakes and tree branches from the forest enter the house's mobile phone. She's very scared and suddenly all her fingers twist and she drops the picture on the ground and it breaks. Mala is sleeping outside and wakes up to the sound of Nuank's screams and is very shocked when she sees her. Suddenly the tree branches wrap around Mala's legs and she starts pulling them. When Nuank sees this, she turns on the lamp on the branches and the fire ignites and it spreads all over the house, and Nuank tries to get Mala out of the place, but the road is blocked and Nuank tells Mala that she will wrong the song tick that she taught her. Then a burning amount falls on Nuank and she dies, and we see the branches falling and Mala is dead. Then we see Mala in the hospital and the doctor is telling her Aunt Gato and her Aunt Amanda that Mala will not be able to talk to you for a few days. So Gato and Amanda discuss that they must take Mala's money like Gato promised his sister in case anything happens to Nuank, and that he will take care of Mala. And Mala remembers what Nuank said and remembers when she told her about Link Sewinki and told her that it keeps scary and evil things away from their life and makes them strong and protects them from diseases and bad luck. And then we see them in the car on their way to Gato's house, and we see Roland, the little son of Gato and Amanda and Ronald's son. Why is Bashir's bored? And through it, she can write what she wants to say in the new house. And when they arrive at the house, Amanda introduces the housemaid Rama, and the maid asks her about Daisy's daughter. And then Amanda takes Mala to show her to her room. And on their way to the room, Mala sees the same musical crescents that Nuank used to play. And when they arrive at the room, Amanda gives Daisy's "Don't Worry" to Mala, and Mala thanks her. And Amanda leaves her and goes out. And then we see Gato, who is sitting and looking at old pictures, and he has a book with him that says, "Will it break? Where are you?" Then Rama goes into him and asks him why Mala is here, and he tells Gato that he had no other choice. So Rama tells him that the time is near and asks him if he's ready for this. So Gato says yes, and then they are all sitting and eating dinner, and Daisy comes to eat dinner. And we notice that Daisy Mala is very happy with Mala's arrival. And after what they finish, Amanda goes to Daisy and asks her to behave well with Mala. Then she shows her a picture of Alon and tells him that they were great friends when they were young. Daisy tells him that Mala suddenly started to change in her childhood and started singing the song "A Very Scary Girl." Then we see Mala sleeping in her room, and suddenly she hears a knock on the door. So she wakes up and finds that someone is trying to open her room door, and suddenly her closet door opens and we see a ghost passing behind her, and she sees Mala hand near the mirror, but suddenly she disappears. And when she removes the cover from the mirror, she sees a ghost passing by her heart, and a metal operation falls on the ground. And when she goes back and looks out, she finds the same ghost standing behind her. So she gets very scared, and the ghost tells her that he came for us and tells her, "Do you remember Link, sir? And where are you?" Mala gets very scared and runs away. And while she's running, she bumps into Amanda, but Amanda doesn't see anyone in the room and takes Mala to Roland's room and tells her that you are thinking of these things because you are very tired, and asks her to rest. And she leaves her and goes out. And then Amanda is sitting, and suddenly she hears someone playing a musical instrument and singing, and the sound is coming from the floor. The second Amanda looks up and starts to follow the source of the sound, and when she puts the lowest part on the door, the song stops. Then we see Gato reading a letter. He pushes the chair and suddenly wakes up and finds himself in the middle of the forest. When he sees this, he gets very scared and can't understand anything. Suddenly he hears someone's voice and sees something strange. So he turns on the light of his mobile phone and starts walking towards what he saw, and finds a woman sitting. Suddenly, the light of his mobile phone goes out. When he reaches it, a ghost appears and asks him how he could do this. Gato sees his grave and suddenly wakes up and finds himself in his room, and his neck is hurting a lot. Then we see Mala in the forest, and she follows the sound of singing. While she's walking, she finds a woman and asks him who he is. When the girl calls him, Mala wakes up, and what she saw was a dream. Then Daisy's friends Bella and Gladys come to her house and she takes them. Daisy is in her room, and they are in the room asking Daisy about the painting that she painted, and which is a picture of a girl. She tells them that it comes to her in her dream. Then we see Gato and Rama standing behind the tree. He tells Rama that the time is near and that 17 years have passed since the accident. Rama gets angry and asks him why she didn't start preparing for the episode. She tells him that Mala's presence here is coincidental. At night, Mala is drawing. Then she lies down to sleep and draws the same girl that Daisy drew. Suddenly, Mala starts hearing a sound and sees Gazana's door open. Suddenly, the ghost grabs Mala from behind. Mala wakes up. Then Amanda asks Gato why he changed after the accident that happened to Mala. Then we see Mala standing and looking up at the tree. Roland comes and takes her far away. Then Gato takes Amanda to a room and he starts praying in front of the picture. When she asks, Amanda asks him about the picture and tells him that this was Gingerato, who protects his followers, and that they are always under his protection. Amanda gets very scared after seeing and hearing all of this. Then he takes Amanda outside
the house, and Hanan on the way asks Amanda Gato if there is any other secret he is hiding from her, and she tells him that she remembers that she saw a woman in the house, and she tells him that she was completely covered with a blanket. But Gato ignores his story. Then Gato takes him to the forest and asks him, "What do you believe, and where did he get such a big house and its jewelry and stuff?" So Gato tells him that before he met him, he had a lot of debt that his father left him, so he needed a lot of money to pay off the debts. So he met Rama, who was a shaman, and she was the one who helped him communicate with Kanjingrato. And then we see Rama working. Then we see Mala and Roland playing, and suddenly a dice falls far away, and Mala goes under the bed and doesn't find anything. But suddenly she hears a sound above the bed, and when she goes out, she finds the same ghost of the woman on the bed and asks her for help. Then she approaches Mala, who is very afraid, and gives her a piece of paper, and then disappears. Amanda asks Gato what Kanjingrato asked for in exchange for this cypress tree. So he tells her, "Our daughter's soul." Amanda gets angry and tells him, "You've lost your mind." So he tells her that he didn't mean his daughter, but rather he meant money. And here they understand that money is his daughter, and that he gave her to his sister Nuang when she was little, so that she would be protected from the curse. But that didn't happen. Then we see Amanda and Gato, and they find themselves back in the same place from which they walked. So Amanda tells them that this time she will be the one who will drive, and they will pass Rahma. Then we see Rahma, who is making a bow and sitting next to the tree, and suddenly she hears a sound and starts looking around her, and suddenly the branches of the tree appear and wrap her legs and starts pulling her, and we see her lover Daisy, whose name is Johnny, secretly come to his room to be surprised because it is his birthday. So Daisy tells him that she can't go out to a place like that, so they have to stay here. At home, they see Daisy's friends Rama on the road, who is walking towards them and holding a knife. When they see this, they get very scared and start to sleep and run away from the place. Mala finds a book in Gato's room, and she finds a picture with the words Gato written on it in the morning of 1996. It contains the same girl that Mala sees in her dreams, and she is the same one who she and Daisy drew. She also finds a haunted page in his heart. So she puts the piece of paper that the ghost gave her on it, and Rama kills Daisy's friends. At home, Donnie hears a strange sound, so he follows the source of the sound, which must be coming from the kitchen. When he gets there, he sees Rama, and when he gets close to her, her appearance is scary, and she stabs him in the eye. Then we see someone put his hand on Mala's head, and she makes her see Gatot, Rama, and Marnie. Marnie is giving birth to a girl. At that moment, Rama reminds Gatot of the promise. He told her that he had to give his first child to Kanjingratu, but Gato no longer wanted to do that. Later, Marni was in pain again and gave birth to another girl. So Rama returned. She asks him if he wants to give his first child to Kanjingrato. After a few moments, Kanjingrato comes to take the child, and Rama is about to give her the child, but she gets angry with Renu because of this. Kanjingrato kills her, and when she sees Mala, she goes to her about Daisy and tells her that they have to leave from here, but Daisy doesn't understand anything. Gato and Amanda are still stuck between the trees. Suddenly, Gato sees a ghost, and Mala tells Daisy that they are here. Daisy doesn't believe him and starts to move away from him. Suddenly, she disappears. When Mala sees this, she can't comprehend what is happening and starts running until she sees a ghost playing the same musical instrument. She faints, and when she wakes up, she finds herself in another place and sees Mala, Daisy's friends, and Rama tied to the branches of the tree. We also see a glimpse of Kanjingrato. Then Amanda and Gato pray on the house, and they find that the whole house is covered with tree branches. And when they see this, Gato tells her that Kanjingrato came and is going to take Mala, and suddenly they see Daisy on the ground. So they start trying to untie the branches and get her out. And after that, they also see Mala, and Gato tells her that she has to sing Links Ronji. Then Kanjingrato grabs Mala and starts tying her with the branches, and Gato tells Daisy the truth and tells her that she is Mala's twin sister and asks us to help her. And when Daisy hears this, she grabs Mala's hand and asks us to attack Kanjingrato. And when Mala hears her, she regains consciousness, and after she starts to hear her voice, it comes back out, and she starts singing Links Ronji. And as soon as Kanjingrato hears the song, she starts to leave her body and starts to slowly collapse, and after a few moments she is completely destroyed, and Mala and Daisy are freed from her branches, and after that they promise Gato that he will walk the right path and evaluate everything related to Kanjingrato, and in the end they will all be happy together again. And here the story of the movie ends. If you liked it, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and